Hey friends, it's Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar with a pick a card reading for you. So this quick little reading is going to be about who has regrets about you and why. So there are probably plenty of people in your life that you've ran into that hold some kind of regret when it comes to you, and this is what this reading is going to be about, looking into who this is, why they feel regret, at least at this current time frame. With so many retrogrades, I thought it would be interesting. We've gone through a lot of retrogrades this summer, obviously, some big ones, and we still have more coming up, by the way. We have Mars going retrograde, of course, Mercury will go retrograde again. We also have a lot of outer planets retrograde. I don't necessarily pay attention to those too much, just because they are retrograde a lot of the time. Yeah, with so many retrogrades and then all these eclipses coming in, it's probably been shaking a lot of people up in some way, and retrogrades always talk to me about going within, and that's often why you see people reaching out during retrogrades, is because there's a lot of internal stuff going on, a lot of thinking, reminiscing, and all that type of stuff. So with that being said, guys, we have 4 piles, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, you can do that by going down in the description box below. There's a link to my Etsy store where you can purchase a reading, like your own private video, and then as well there's my Amazon wish list, and anybody who gets something off my Amazon wish list, either of them, always gets a reading as a thank you. So just be sure, if you choose that option, to leave an email or an Instagram so I can get a hold of you. And yeah, I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Thank you so much for your support, your comments, your likes. I'm just sending you all lots of blessings, okay? See you in your reading. Hello, so if you've chosen pile number 1 with the turquoise, this is your reading. So let's find out who has regrets about you and why do they have regrets. So we're starting out with Black Moon Lilith. Now this is an interesting card because this does indicate that there's perhaps some hidden aspects to this. There also could be a little bit of some mystery. There could also be some darkness associated with whatever this is. Lilith can talk about revenge. It can talk about plotting. It can talk about bitterness at times too. We have to make sure that, the energy of Lilith can be like that, a bit vengeful. So it does make me wonder if there was some kind of revenge that was taken on you at some point by somebody. So I want to keep looking at the cards though before I say. So we've got the Page of Cups, we've got the Knight of Swords, and we've got the Sun here. As somebody, as describing the person, okay? So with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Swords, it's very interesting because it does tell me that this person probably, at least at the time, or, because maybe not now since they're regretting things, they might be feeling a little bit more mature now than they were at the time, but I sense emotional immaturity here. This is probably somebody who had a sharp mind, and tended to place logic over their emotions. They probably were better at analyzing things intellectually than emotionally. And in fact, sometimes their emotions could have been volatile. And I would say that with the Sun, I always see the Sun as like honesty. Somebody who's very direct, very driven. This is somebody that is willing to go to any lengths to perhaps to get what they want, and could maybe even, with the Knight of Swords and the Sun, and like this kind of combination, this could be somebody that is very bluntly honest, to the point of maybe not even understanding if it would hurt your feelings, like a speak now, think about it later type of person, just because of that Page of Cups here. Let's see here. We have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Tower. And we also have Flying. So, I do want to say that for some of you, this could be somebody that, with Black Moon Lilith here, this could be somebody that was jealous of you in some way, and perhaps destroyed a choice or potential that you had. Okay, this is somebody that might have sabotaged you in some kind of way. Let's see here. Whatever they did, like, destroyed you in some way, or destroyed something that you wanted, or something in your life, okay? With Flying here, Flying, I think this particular card can talk about fantasy. Let me look at the other keywords here. I want to see. This is a dream interpretation oracle, by the way, in case you guys are interested. I got this from Gossamer Dreams and CR at Stebbins. Thank you guys. I love you. So fantasy, sleep, dreaming, physical and spiritual stature, and sky. I do wonder here if this person dreamt about something that you had, or fantasized about it. There could have been some fantasy involved in here, in which their mind sort of, they might have had a little bit of ego here too with the sun. There could have been some egotistical behavior here. And again, with that Black Moon Lilith, there could have been something that they've taken from you. I see that they've ruined some kind of potential for something stable. This could be work. Somebody could have, screwed your job over, or it could be even... There's something here that's physical in nature, tangible, that I think that was destroyed here. And it could have been just the potential of something. Yeah. It's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and get some more cards here. I know that this is like... Oftentimes when you come to these readings, you'll hear about ex-lovers. And so one of the piles has that for sure. But this is not... I don't know. For some of you, this may be the case. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is not. We have the House. To me, this is telling me that whatever they did hit deep. And it probably hit deep because, look, we have the dog. The dog reminds me of a faithful friend. This could have been a friend. Wow, okay, I'm going to just say something. For some of you, there might be somebody who stole somebody from you. A connection. The potential of a connection. This could be like a woman who is jealous and wanted what you had. So for some of you, this might be the other woman in some cases, or the potential other woman if it maybe was something that didn't get off the ground. That's not going to be the case for all of you, so I'm going to keep going here with other possibilities. For those that chose Poppy for one, who is this person? What did they do? And the thing about it is that they might have let their fantasy sort of override everything. Their sense of morals, for instance, here with lilies. They maybe it wasn't something they normally would have done. Whatever they did. For some, this could have been even accidental, okay? Like they didn't mean for it to go that far. For some of you, okay, with the stork and the lilies, I'm feeling in the dog, it may have been something that went too far. They didn't understand that it would go that far, or that it would have such implications, because it might have been said on a whim, or something that was just like a little bit emotionally mature at the time. It could have even been something playful that ended up destroying something for some of you. Let's see. And it could have been deeply rooted, even unbeknownst to the person, that it was deeply rooted in jealousy or something of that nature. Do you know what I mean? Like it might have been a slight-handed comment that was had bigger consequences here. We have the switch. For some of you, this was a punishment, though, a purposeful punishment, I will say. Yeah. For some of you, this was a purposeful, like, kind of punishment where they meant to hurt you because they were quite, like, upset with you. And this might have been at one time a very happy relationship. But maybe perhaps their emotional, insensitivity kind of got the best of them. It might have been that they were really feeling bitter or jealous, and that kind of their shadow side was coming out. And again, it might have been that normally you would have never guessed this of them, because we do have the lilies. It talks about maturity. It talks about gentleness, and with the stork, I don't know. I just think of new opportunities too. This person might have ruined an opportunity for you in some kind of way, or it could have been ruined. For some of you, this could also be that they ruined like a sense of stability that you had about the future, about a choice you were making. It could have been like that they tried to discourage you from something, but it was actually like underhanded type of like crap, where it was like, where they were trying to talk you out of it, but it was like because they secretly didn't want you to do it, because actually it was gonna like kind of like it wasn't gonna it might have been selfish in motivation, like they wanted to keep you down or something like that secretly because they didn't want you to be better or to expand in some way. I'm sensing something like this, of this nature. So of course I know it's kind of a bit broad, but of course different people are watching, so I want to make sure that this you know, is able to fit the scenarios I'm feeling, or people that are here, you know, watching. But yeah, I do feel like this destroyed you in some way, though, with the tower. It hurt you, like, pretty badly, I'd say. I'm going to go ahead and... I want to get one more card, sorry. I left one deck over here. And I just want to grab it. I should have thought about that in advance. Sorry. Let's see. Can you tell me more about this situation? Okay, we've got... I knew that card was going to come out. The protest card. Start a revolution. Okay. For some of you, this could have been an argument that, for some of you, this could be a political argument, by the way. For some of you, because we had to have protest here, so maybe some of you have had a falling out with somebody over a protest or about something like that. But it also could be that they were protesting something that you were doing. And it came up from a place of jealousy. And then we have sharks swim away from the situation. So, it does seem like they kind of attacked you in some way. Or kind of, look, because we have a shark and a mermaid. I think of the mermaid is quite gentle, whereas the shark is a little bit more predatory. So on a deeper level, this could have been a bit predatory in a way, because we have that black moon Lilith here. And I feel like it's this person's shadow side more than anything. And it may have been so disruptive to you, or the tower, it could have been like that because maybe you didn't exactly see the danger in it. I don't know, I'm just looking at this fin here, and that's how we always recognize sharks, right? But he's kind of standing up, so you can't really see it's on his back. So the warning that it's a shark and dangerous is not there. That kind of makes me feel like this person was like in a wolf in sheep's clothing in some way. Because we also had that dog and the lilies coming out earlier, indicating that you really trusted this person. So whatever like they said or did, it like shook you to the core because you didn't expect it. I feel like you didn't really expect that to come out, because I think with the sun there, especially up there, is who they are. It seemed like at one point this was a very bright, happy connection. So that's interesting. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to just stop here, but I really do hope that this gives you some insight. This person's feeling regret and remorse, so whatever this is and however it applies to you, I feel like, you know, well, it doesn't mean that you need to go, because we did get that shark card, swim away from the situation. For some of you, it might be meant to kind of, you know, away. But I do wish that this, yeah, gave you some kind of insight. And I'm sending you lots of blessings and love and, you know, support. And thank you all for your support as well, and all the, you know, kindness that you guys show me in the comments and through Instagram on DMs and stuff. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you want to have a personal reading, all that information is down in the description box below. So, you know, the usual, if you want your own personal private video reading, that's all on my Etsy. You can purchase that there, or, you know, there's that option of my Amazon wish list, where if you get something off my wish list, there's always a reading as a thank you. So, you know, it's either way, however you like to do it. But if you do Amazon, leave me your email in the gift note or your Instagram handle so I can get a hold of you. Okay? So, take care, guys. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Hey, guys. So you chose pile number 2 with the Desert Rose. This is your reading. So let's find out who has regrets about you and why. We've got Venus, love. So this is probably a previous love connection, or a connection which you felt a lot of love for somebody. Okay, so this is going to be the Lover's pile probably, or a crush pile or something of that nature. I'm seeing love showing up here. Ooh, okay, so we have Seven of Wands. We've got Eight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Five of Wands. The Three of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. And then we have money. Look at that. She's like a little cash machine. Oh, this makes me sense that this person's used you in some way. Okay? Look at that. This person knew you had a lot of value to you, and they probably perhaps used what they could out of you and then pulled away. Because I do see here with the Seven of Wands, this is a flight or fight card. And I'm getting that this person might have taken off, because we have the Eight of Cups right next to it. So the top cards are describing who this is. And so with the Seven of Wands, I feel like this is somebody that didn't want to fight for this connection. They might have put up their defenses. They didn't really want to fight for it in a positive way. They just wanted to fight against it. This could be because of their own self-worth issues. It could come from numerous different reasons as to why they chose to behave like this. But I see with the Eight of Cups that this person pulled away from you emotionally. Even though, look at all those cups on the ground. There's this person's walking away from upright cups, cups that are full, that have our full possibility. Yet there's this pulling away, this walking away, this deciding to go on a different path. This person fought off the connection in some way with you. And I feel like for many of you, this is with Venus, of course, and the Knight of Cups. I do feel like this is a love connection, probably, especially because we have Y, and we have the Queen of Cups right underneath the Knight of Cups, funnily enough. So again, this person missed out on somebody that has a lot of depth, a lot of emotions to give, a lot of love to share, and I feel like that's part of the regret. They might have also walked away from even having a friendship. The way that they walked away may have even ruined friendly feelings between you guys. You can't even be friends. You know what I mean? It could have also caused a lot of conflict and problems. It could even be a group conflict. Like, it might have even caused for some of you disruption in your friendship groups. That could very well be possible. I think this person probably sees how valuable you are now. But I do get this sense here with money that they perhaps used you in some way. For some of you, this could have been for money, by the way. Especially it's Venus over there. Venus can talk about luxury and such. So like, because Taurus, it's second house association there, so it can talk about actual like money and stuff. For some of you, this might be somebody that, where you felt like you were used for money, but that doesn't have to be the case for everybody. It could just be other things of value. For some of you, that could be your body. You might have felt used by this person in like a sexual way, for instance, like, a hit it and quit it type of person. Or valued for something that wasn't your emotions. There might have been more interest in the physical rather than the emotional. So let's see here. I'm going to get some cards here on the situation. Spirit, can you tell me more about the situations? So we have the snake. In the house. And the stork. I want to look really fast at the snake meaning in this deck, because the snake in the Lenormand can talk about a venomous woman. Like a woman card. But I want to see what it says here. Oh my goodness. This card foretells great misfortune through the thoughtlessness of someone believed to be a friend. Ah, okay. There you go. With the house here, too, I feel like, yeah, that makes sense. So it does kind of have a similar meaning as Lenormand, like somebody that's kind of like sly and venomous in some way. So it seems to me that you trusted this person with something. With the stork, I have to wonder if some of you met this person while traveling, or they're from a different place. That doesn't have to be the case, though, guys. Let me just see here. I want to look up what the stork meaning is here. Change of residence and an advancement in business. So for some of you, this could have been, yeah, maybe there was a distance here for some of you, or a change in residence, because we do have the house and the stork. Maybe this person like moved away and didn't tell you, or there could be something like that, or there clearly for some of you, and this is probably specifically only for a few of you, there's clearly something about moving away involved in this situation by somehow. So this could be even for some of you a person who had to walk away from you emotionally because they're like, I'm moving away, this isn't going to work out. We're going to different colleges, we're going to different universities, whatever, you know what I mean? It could be like that type of thing, or I'm moving to another city for work, this isn't going to work out. And yeah, and we had the ring try to pop out. So again, this might have been the breakup, you know, of a commitment of some kind, like something that had a lot of potential for you, you thought. And they kind of pulled away. Tell me more about this situation. Yeah, see? We have a sword, and this can talk about like arguments and fights, conflict, right? It can also talk about a duel of some kind. You know, I see the two swords and I see two guides back there. So it kind of reminds me of like a duel. You guys could have had an argument that they regret. I also see the Two of Swords too with this, like kind of like indecision, lack of movement, a lack of communication perhaps, this person pulling away from you and going within, kind of perhaps even ghosting you or something at some point. Whoop. The Star. And we have some on the floor. Yeah, look at this. Look at, we have the Sun and the Star and the dog. Now, this is like somebody that was very loyal, you thought. And at once was a very happy connection. With a Star, perhaps like a wish. There were a lot of wishes for the future. A lot of hope. Sorry, I had to adjust my chair. Yeah. And this person could feel like they lost somebody faithful when they did that. I do feel like you had a lot of value that maybe they didn't quite realize at the time. They also could have been chasing money for some of you. This person might have been chasing money or other things, like a stability rather than you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to get one more card. And I'm trying to make this a relatively short reading this time. Oops. You don't need someone else to fix you. And we have gold. We have another one down here. Okay. So for some of you, this was a friendship. There might have even been an event where there was a big fight between a lot of people, actually, I want to say. Or they kind of lost a group of friends over this. Look at this. It says you don't need someone else to fix you. Gold. So interesting here. With the Seven of Wands, there might have been defenses up. Like, I don't want you to fix me. I don't want this to be... There's something like that for some of you. That's the case. Like, they didn't want to open up emotionally, perhaps. And we have a library. Take control of your own narrative. Look at this woman is like a mannequin. I do wonder if for some of you, this person was kind of being controlled by somebody else in some way. This could be family or their own duties or friends. Again, some of these I'm throwing out are very specific messages that probably won't resonate with everybody. I just want to make sure I cover what the things I'm picking up here. So I don't want you to freak out if you're like, no, that doesn't make sense. That's just because it's probably not for you. That particular message isn't for you. But there's definitely something about this person. I feel like one thing I want to tell you about this situation, I just feel led to tell you. For some of you, might feel like you were messed up, or something you did wasn't enough, and it might have even messed with your values a little bit, like your self-worth. I mean, your self-value is what I mean, not your values. Um, and it's not your fault. There is something about control here, about either this person being controlled, or there's like forces here that are kind of involved in this in some way for a lot of you. Some kind of outside forces, some kind of puppeteering. It could... yeah, this is something like that. For some of you, there's outside forces here. I do feel like, though, that there's some friendships that are ruined because of this, or relationships for some of you as well, like I said. But I get this defensiveness here with this person. You don't need someone else to fix you. I get two messages from this. First of all, a message of, like, perhaps you've let this, like, hurt your feelings, or felt it as a rejection in which you weren't good enough. Maybe you felt broken in some way, or not good enough. You can see that the cup has chips, do you know what I'm saying? That have been kind of filled in with gold. There's just, for some of you, it might have triggered a lot of your self-worth, and stuff like that, like problems around that. But as well, this person might have been defensive of fixing their own self as well. I'm getting. So yeah, that's what I've got. This is, again, an energy for a lot of you of somebody who was defensive, walked away, and sort of took their love away, and didn't match yours in some, you know what I mean? And yeah. And it's caused some kind of conflict in them. And problems in friendship. They've ruined friendships, I think, or a friendship. Like, they can't even be, like, it's gotten to the point where they can't even be friends with you. Like, I think that you might have cut them out completely over this. And it's like, that's a regret. It could be that certain people think badly of them now, or as well, possibly. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that, sorry I'm kind of quiet here and there. I'm trying to, like, see if I get any other messages about this. But, yeah, I really hope that that gives you some insight. It does seem like this person's holding some regret about you for sure, and the way that things have gone down. I think most of all, they really just miss your friendship, and your cheerfulness and the love that you gave them. Perhaps even playing together or doing stuff together here with the Five of Wands. There could be missing that. Like, maybe you guys did some kind of activities together or something, and they're like, oh man, I miss those times. Okay, so anyways, with that being said, guys, I'm wishing you all the very, very best. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can go down in the description box below. There's a link to my Etsy store, as well as where you can get your own personal private video reading of your own. And then as well, there are my Amazon wish list. So anybody who gets something off my wish list always gets a reading as a thank you. So that's another option for those of you. And be sure, if you choose the option, to leave an email or an Instagram in the gift note, so that I know who you are and I can contact you. So yeah, with that being said, guys, lots of love. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is pile number 3 with the, what is it? Peacock's Oar. Peacock's Oar. So let's put it over there and get started on your reading. So we have Sagittarius right away. So this person could, this is, you know, I'm going to tell you, I've looked at the cards of this pile, and I got such a strong message here. So I'm just going to lay out the cards and show you, and then we'll get into it, because I feel like this is so specific, but I feel like it's a big one. And yeah, okay. So we have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun. We have the High Priestess, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Swords. And we also have Falling. So, you know what my big message was? The first initial one I got, and it was actually the overriding energy of this when I was shuffling, was that I have a feeling that for many of you, the person that has regrets about you is somebody that was a teacher of yours. I feel like one of your teachers perhaps regrets how they handled you in some way. There could have been some bullying that you were going through, and somebody. Okay, for some of you, this is somebody who saw something happening to you and didn't see. They might not have seen it, actually. That's the thing. They may not have seen it, and they have regrets because it ended up being a bad situation. Maybe they were sleeping on something, they were sleeping when something happened, or figuratively, like sleeping on it. They weren't paying attention, and there was this horrible thing going on, or they didn't know, or they didn't see it, and perhaps they failed you in some way, or they felt like they failed you in some way. I want to say that's one of the strongest energies. I'm feeling for some of you, this is a teacher, for some of you, I'm getting the teacher vibe for some reason. I don't know. I just get this sense that this is somebody that you saw on a daily basis, somebody that kept themselves very busy, somebody that was generally pretty cheerful, probably well loved by many, and somebody who was kind of a bit of a leader in some way. With Sagittarius, it does tell me that this person, again, that's kind of where I'm getting the teaching vibe here with Sagittarius, because Jupiter energy, 9th house energy. Could have been somebody from a different background, of course, with Sagittarius, or this could have been something about philosophy. There's some interesting thing here. There might have been at some point something that they didn't have full knowledge on, and they might have said something without the full knowledge. Do you get what I'm saying? Like somebody who says something but they don't quite have the experience or the knowledge. It's like kind of like you grow. Like you say something stupid when you're younger, and then you think back on it and you're like, oh, yeah, that was like not the best way to handle that situation, or I shouldn't have said that. I can't believe I said that. And then there's growth, I do feel like this person's definitely somebody who likes to think of themselves as being an expansive thinker, somebody who has a lot to offer in terms of honesty and maybe teaching ability. But yeah, this could be like, for instance, a teacher, you failed a grade or something, and then they, feel regret because they're like, I should have done more. I should have noticed. Or this could be something, there's some way that you kind of lost your grip somewhere along the way, or something bad happened to you, and somebody didn't see all the facts, and they are regretting that they slept on what happened, because whatever it was hurt you. So again, this could come up even, I'm just getting this teaching vibe for some reason, so I'm sorry I keep talking about it, but I just feel that strongly. Let me see here. This could have been like a lack of support, like maybe they didn't give you the support that they felt like you needed. Maybe they were supportive to everyone in the class but you, for instance. Or they were like kind of not choosing you in some way. Tell me more about pile number 3, this person, what the regrets they have. See, we have unexpected money. This is somebody that maybe undervalued you at some point a little bit. Like they didn't expect, maybe. For some of you, it's like you could be successful now, and the teacher was like, oh, I didn't have anything to do with that. Like that type of energy, perhaps. It's definitely somebody that was sleeping on you. Like, I mean, sleeping on the connection, or sleeping on, okay, for some of you, this is a partner. Okay. We have marriage card. So for some of you, this might have been, okay, for others of you, this might have been a long distance connection in which this person didn't take any action, and it was hurtful, okay? And there might have been secrets involved. Yeah, and this person also could have been afraid of change, okay? They might have been willing to put in the changes needed to bring a long-distance partnership into fruition. Let's see. Okay, we have his thoughts. So for some of you, this is a male. That's a masculine that's thinking about this quite a bit. It could be really on his mind right now at this time. Interesting that Sagittarius is associated with Jupiter, which is the planet of the, the planet, well, yeah, the planet associated with the woman's husband. So for some of you that are women, this might have been potential husband material for you. Or you were hoping that they were. Jupiter also can represent somebody from a foreign background, from a different country. We have high honors. So interesting. This person might have felt that they didn't act in a way that was honorable. Okay, we have the falling card, so this person may have let you down. You know, essentially, like their inaction may have let you down, and you fell into like a heartbreak. Yeah, look at expectations. There might have been expectations that weren't met, or maybe you were expecting them to show up and they never did. Or you were expecting something out of them that they didn't quite, they never came. Or it never came through. Yeah. Okay, look at that. It's like gaining a lot of money, expectations. You expected to gain something out of this. Not necessarily financially, but like you had high hopes. And it probably was something that you put your neck out in the line for in some way, or your heart out in the line, I guess, probably more than anything, because of the Three of Swords. But we have like this, you know, this whatever poker. I don't know what the heck that is. I'm not good at gambling, but despite my, yeah, I have Neptune the 5th. I shouldn't gamble. And Uranus, well, I guess it could sometimes, but I should be careful not to get addicted. Anyways, there's this, you know, this whatever gambling thing here. It looks like a casino. So it's like you probably took a risk with this person. You opened up your heart, perhaps even against perhaps your better judgment. You're like, oh, and then, man, this person's regretting it. Yep. Look at this. No freaking way. We got main person and false person. So this person put on a false persona for you. They might have had secrets. They might have been putting up a barrier there in terms of their reality and who they really were. And it was a letdown because you totally expected something different from this person. I feel like, again, you guys put your heart out on the line in some way for a lot of you. So again, if you didn't resonate with the teacher part, this is like, you know what I mean? Different stories, different people here. So I wanted to cover all of the possibilities. I'm going to go ahead and get one more card. We have dragons, slay them all. And don't be afraid to sing. So there's definitely a message here of inner strength here. Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing, and then dragons, slay them all. Look at this beautiful card. I love this. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. This deck's awesome. I love this deck. Like, seriously, best deck. I think it's one of my favorite Oracle decks, actually, right now. And in general, I just really, the art speaks to me. So look at this. Okay, we have dragons, slay them all. I think that this person in some way was afraid to slay their dragons. They might have felt that they weren't able to, and you might have been willing to put in more expectations than they were, or more, not expectations, more actions than they were. You were willing to be brave and honest and open, and they weren't in some way. For others of you with that teacher, especially with the teacher thing, this might be a person again who feels guilty because they underestimated your abilities in some way. And perhaps they thought you needed help slaying something, you know, and being authentic to yourself. And they wish they could have been there more for you. And yeah, with the other person, but for those of you where this is like a relationship type of thing, I'm getting that you were very authentic with them and they weren't very authentic with you is what I'm getting. And that they were a little bit afraid to do that. But yeah. So that's who has regrets. I hope that this resonated. Let me know how it resonated with you. I know there were two totally different stories and they both might resonate with you. Or maybe only one of those. I'm sure, I hope that some of you might, I wonder if you'll even be listening by now to see what both of them were. Because I know I kind of started off on one and then I kind of moved to something else. But, you know, different energies in there. So, if this resonated with you, of course, please let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you want. Turn on that bell so then you can get notifications from me. And I'm sending you lots and lots of love. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, you can go down in the description box below. There's a link to my Etsy store where you can get your own personal private video reading of your own. And then as well, they're my Amazon wish list. I always do readings for people who get something off either of my wish lists. So if you do choose that option, you can, you know, leave me your email or your Instagram in the gift note so then I can get a hold of you. Or you can email me in advance and let me know it's coming. Although I'm going to be a little bit careful about that, about doing them before I get something, because unfortunately, yeah, I've had some incidents already with that. So, yeah, I'll probably not be doing that anymore. But I'm wishing you guys all the very, very best, okay? Lots of love, and I'll see you all next time, okay? Bye-bye. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 4, I almost started to say 3 and then 4, with the Lepidolite, this is your reading. And I apologize for my trashy nails. My cousin brought over nail polish and I decided to paint them and it already chipped off and looks like crap. Sorry. I was playing around with her nail polish. So anyways, let's see who has regrets about you. What are they? What's going on? Who are they? Why? So we've got fire element and desire. I can definitely feel the heat in this connection. There could have been a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, a lot of passion. Passionate hate, passionate love, okay? There could have been something very provoking, though, that happened, something very challenging. But let's keep on going and see what's happening here. We'll get to that one in a minute. So you've got the Two of Cups. Right away it's telling me this is a close connection, or at once was a close connection. This could be romantic, it can be familial, it can be friendly, you know, friends. The Two of Cups just indicates a very, you know, loving connection at some point, a mutually loving connection, okay? Because these are about mutual feelings. We also have the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So I'm definitely getting the vibe that this person at once was somebody that you had a lot of fantasies around. Perhaps, you know, you had a lot of dreams for the future with this person. Okay. Yeah, I feel like for many of you this was a romantic connection in which you had a happily ever after pictured in your head. And then we have, why do they regret? We have the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. We also have sweets. I'm getting the sense for many of you, quite a few of you, probably, this is a person that perhaps chose pleasure over you. So for some of you, this is somebody who maybe chased their desires with another person instead of you. So maybe this is, for some of you, somebody who left you for somebody else. Or, you know, chose indulgences, whether that's, you know, any kind of indulgence. It could be just their own, you know, desires. It doesn't have to be like drugs or alcohol or something like that. Or it could just be, you know, things that were pleasing to them. I see that this person put a lot of burdens on you, or a lot of stress perhaps with the Ten of Wands. It could have made you feel pretty bad. And look at the snake biting the boy's foot. Kind of makes me, it gives me that sense of like getting you where it counts in a way. This knocked you off your feet, I feel. He's kind of like, looks like he's going to fall over. And I wonder if this, whatever happened, kind of threw you for a loop. We have the Eight of Swords. Again, there's this, for some of you there might have been another woman too, because the snake to me represents sometimes a woman, a venomous type of woman. That comes from my Lenormand meanings. So there could have been like a snake in your life, kind of, that caused this. We also have the Eight of Swords. So I do see stuck energy. I see this energy of being afraid, of being held back by fears from moving forward. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. I'm getting with this, though, with the Six of Pentacles, that this person wasn't willing to invest what was needed in order to build the Ten of Cups. in that happy ending. So I'm feeling that they like kind of pulled out because they were too busy on themselves in some way. The Six of Pentacles ideally should be about balance, but given that the nature of the reading and the context of the cards, I'm guessing that there was like not enough give and take or something like that in this connection. There might have been arguments about who's doing what and stuff like that, and about how do I want to say it? You're not giving enough, something like that. Like, you know, like those type of arguments, like, or you're not, I don't feel like you care, or I don't feel like you're giving, you know, enough attention, or you're not giving me enough of your time, or something along those lines. This person actually, too, with the provoker, could have provoked you to be angry at times. They might have tried to purposely annoy you. But that's just a small message for some of you. Let me get... Oh, wait. I'm going to grab some from here. And then I'll grab that deck. Can you tell me more about this situation? The bottom of 4. What regrets this person has? What regrets does this person have? Gloomy thoughts. Oops. There we go. So we have gloomy thoughts and hope big water. This might have been somebody who let their thoughts sort of ruin the connection. This could be somebody that had a lack of hope, actually, for the future. They might have been clouded like by negative thoughts rather than hopeful thoughts. All they saw were black clouds instead of, you know, that full moon, that promise of the full moon. It could be that with the Six of Pentacles and all these, like, you know, the swords and stuff, it could have been that they were only looking at the practical sides of life or something like that. The critical and negative, you know, in nature. Somebody who let their thoughts kind of rule them, but they're gloomy, negative thoughts, rather than hoping for the future. Because without hope, you can't really get anywhere anyways. We have theft as well. So this person could have stolen something from you in terms of, you know, your heart or your feelings or your time. And we have a long way. For some of you, this might have been a long-standing connection in which you've waited for this person for a long time. And you might have even, for some of you, there might be this feeling that they stole years from you. They stole a lot, like a chunk of your life away from you. There might be, and they may even feel like that, like they wasted your time, you know? That they led you on a long journey for nothing. All for naught, you know what I mean? We also have living room, so let me see what I'm getting from the living room. It talks about private life. Yeah, getting into your personal space, okay, main person. It could have been too with this main person that they kept into themselves. They kept themselves like kind of trapped in their own like private world without really opening up. We have receiving a gift. For some of this person regrets not giving you more gifts. And we have house. For some of you, this person might have... Oh, man. For some of you, there's something about a holiday gift. Maybe they didn't show appreciation for one, or they didn't give you something. Like maybe they missed a birthday or they forgot something. There might be some kind of regret regarding that. Maybe they never did holidays very well. Or maybe they didn't value you as well. The entrance to your private, yourself, right? The house is where we keep our, it's kind of representative of our, where we house our spirit, our soul, our heart, and all that stuff. And maybe they didn't value this gift because they were too busy indulging in other things. Let me get one more. Okay, shoot, hold on. One more. We have the good gentleman. So this person probably wasn't a very, yeah. So we have good gentleman, gaining a lot of money, and main person. Yeah, I feel like this person was a bit selfish. And as I mentioned in the other pile, the gambler kind of. A bit of a gambler, someone taking risks and risk based on desires, you know? It's like, where they kind of live by their, like, you know, this is like the type of person, you know, where they say, like, men, you know, live, you know, they think with their dick. That kind of energy. You know, that type of energy is what I'm getting. Somebody who's kind of impulsive, I guess you could say. And a bit selfish, I'm getting with this energy. So, let's see. I'm going to get one more message here. For those that chose pile number 4. Okay, look at that. Raindrops. This person could have been on, you know, somebody you took a chance on. And look at the gloomy, again, there's a rain, kind of that gloomy nature. Maybe for some of you that you tried to cheer this person up, you tried to be there for them. I definitely see that you took a chance on them. And, yeah, look at this. Bottom of the deck energy was this. And we have 18 and 19 here. We have lavender, surround yourself with love. So this is definitely somebody that you probably invited to your home. You guys were probably very close at some point. And I feel like even you looked up to this person a bit. Like you really thought highly of them at one point. Like this was a very close connection. A very loving connection. But it says here, tree, let them go. So this is definitely a connection which maybe you've burned the bridges. The bridges have been burnt. You know, there's no going back. Yeah, I feel like this is like a real messed up connection. I mean, it's been messed up pretty good in terms of like you've let them go. And they might have had to even let you go because of their past mistakes. They might have, for some of you, this person thinks like I've done, you know, screwed up so bad that I can't go back to this. Like I burned it to the ground type of energy. And I hope there's not going to be a fire. I'm just like... We're in fire danger, and I keep talking about burning things, and it's like so unlike me. It's like things I never say, and I keep hearing it everywhere. Burn, 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 burn. And I see this imagery everywhere, and I'm like, I hope we're not going to have a wildfire. I'm so like, I told my mom today, I was like, I hope that's not like some kind of weird-ass premonition I'm having. Because it's like all of a sudden I noticed, I even consciously realized I was saying this type of stuff, like a lot, and I was like, weirded out by it. So cross your fingers for me. Send blessings of rain my way. Anyways, guys, that's a reading I've got for you guys. I really do hope it resonates. If it does, you know, well, I don't hope it resonates because it sounds like a sad situation. So I don't hope it resonates. But I always get happy when I had a bad reading recently, and as much as, you know, I want my readings to resonate, I'm sometimes happy because I did that singles pile, and I've had a lot of people, one girl who replied, and she's like, this did not resonate. And I was like, I'm kind of glad for you that it didn't, though, like legitimately, because it wasn't the most positive pile that I ever received. But, and I was like cringing when I saw it. I was like, oh my god, I want to deliver this message. It was one of those. But anyways, guys, I'm sending you so much love. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, you can do that by going down in the description box below, where you can get your own personal private video reading with me, where I talk your ear off, just like this, and just one-on-one. And that's on my Etsy, on my Etsy link, my Etsy store. And then as well, there are links to my Amazon wish list. So I always do readings for those people that do get something off my Amazon wish list. So I have 2 of them, personal one, channel one. And it just depends. Doesn't matter what you get. Just a thought that counts. And, you know, make sure to leave an email or a gift. An Instagram handle or email. So then I can get in touch with you. So, yeah. Wishing you guys lots and lots of love. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you all in the next reading. Bye-bye.